Hello. Today is Monday, April 19th. First day of the second week of this block. And today could have been better. Could have been better for sure. But not a terrible day. All things considered, I guess. It started off very solid. It started off great. These snatch balances, I just overall was able to get in a really solid, stable overhead position, and I felt comfortable going up and down. I don't know, usually when my shoulder mobility just doesn't, I guess, feel good, and my overhead position just doesn't feel stable, I feel like just a millimeter of any movement forwards or backwards is enough to tip me over. But today I was snappy. I was able to lock my arms out quickly, and last week I had an issue where just on the one set that I worked up to, the first rep of it, my elbow didn't lock out as well. This was the only weird rep where I sort of was tipped forwards, but then after that I think I pretty much fixed it. This second rep also might have been a little weird, but no, overall these snatch balances were great. But this is the last warm-up, 175, which is the weight I did last week, and it felt easy. Although I will say 185 is just I don't know, maybe it's the bro in me, but a plate and a quarter just feels always a big milestone, I guess. I don't know, but I was a little nervous, but that was solid. Pretty good positioning. And then second rep, I think, is also pretty solid. Nice. Yeah, so started off pretty solid. Pretty happy with the snatch balances. The hang snatches. So last week I did 175, which felt very solid. So this week I bumped up 10 pounds to 185 for the working sets. So one, I think one thing that, well, I guess technically it's not one thing, but what made this hang snatch session not super great was that I took a lot of warm-ups. Repeating warm-ups at a certain weight, basically but my thought process was sort of okay, let's make sure that I'm moving correctly at all these warm-up weights before moving on. And it was just this weird thing. Maybe it was just because of out of trying to overcorrect from Friday's just not very good at all snatch session. But I think I took 95 for about, it's really not anything that's going to tax me physically in terms of, I guess, soreness or fatigue or whatever. But I took it for maybe 3 sets. Just because I was getting tipped forward a little bit or tipped backwards a little bit, enough to change my footing, or force me to change my footing. And so I took 95 3 times, and I was just getting frustrated because I was this is such an easy weight, I should be moving fine, but I wasn't. And so at this point I was already taking I had already taken 4 warm-ups, and then 135 I also took for 2 warm-up sets. This is my second one. I only included the one that I ended up happy with. Maybe I should have included the shitty ones too, just for the sake of seeing progress. But I don't know. I was pretty I was already pretty upset, and mentally, I think I wasn't doing a very good job. I mean, all these look pretty good, and the warm-ups that the warm-ups that I ended up happy with for the ones that I did multiple of, they all look pretty good. I think so in the latter half, or I guess the latter half of the working sets, I think the main, the same thing that was happening on Friday last week was happening. I think it all, what I mean by the same thing happening is, I guess, where I just sort of pull and pray and just try to get myself under as fast as possible. But so this is the first set, which I think is the best one for sure. That was pretty solid. And I'm definitely you know, same thing. I'm getting plenty of height. You know, that's not really the concern. Yeah. So that was also pretty solid. Take a step back, but I mean, it's like fine. And then, yeah, that was not bad. It's pretty solid. And then the second one is like a little weird, but I think it's, we'll call it a training make, I guess. Yeah, it was a little weird, but yeah, I think I had it. I was just, yeah, mentally I was not in a good place right here. Yeah, that barely a make. I think a make. Not sure. Elbows were a little sketchy. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I mean, like I made all of these technically, so like, yeah, watching them back, I'm like not super upset about them or anything, but in the moment I was just like, just not happy with how they looked or how they felt. And then the first rep I technically made, I guess, and then this second rep, yeah, it got caught on the knee sleeve inside to try again, and so yeah, I mean, honestly, I was in a pretty good position to catch that. I just wasn't ready for it. And then, like, from the fourth set to the fifth set, I was just like, mentally, I was like out. And so that right there was also like I was in a position to catch, and like I probably could have made it, but I don't know. And then I try again, but mentally I'm done. Yeah, like both of those like were fine. And I probably could have adjusted just a little bit just to make those makes, but I did not, just because I was like mentally not there. But yeah, I guess I don't know. I think I tend to like just, I don't really know what the right way to say it is. It's not like caring too much or anything, but it's probably more so just a result of setting expectations a little too high in terms of like performance, and also just like placing more weight on training than I need to, like a day of training. Like I'm going to have bad days, you know, and like I'm also going to have good days. And so I feel like I need to like react less extreme on both ends of the spectrum. Like when I have a good day, I feel like I sometimes like ride that high for like multiple days. And then when I have shitty days, I also let those emotions ride like for multiple days. And I think like both are probably not good. I just need to like not place so much of like emotional weight, I guess, on these training sessions, because again, it's just training. Like, you know, I'm going to come back next week and do the same thing with like maybe different weights, but yeah, so here are my push presses and overhead squats. I only took one warm up, which is 135, before moving on to 195. In retrospect, I should have done more. I thought I was like still warm from, well, I mean, it was just like, I guess I wasn't ready for this top set weight and the movement with only one warm up, but yeah, I almost lose balance there. But thankfully I made it, which was good. If I had failed that, I probably would have just been really fucking upset. Then here's some dumb squat jumps. Not dumb, but like I just look dumb doing them. And then my just a random set of pull-ups. But yeah, I think there are things I did well. I had some good reps on the hang snatches, so I can't be too upset. But yeah, just got to keep improving. So yeah, that's about it.